Hello. This is Adrienne Igo, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. Coming to you with the astrological reading for Aquarius for the month of March 2019. And Aquarius, well, let's see. My nose is itching. Someone's talking about me right now. Okay. Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about is let's take a look at what's going on in the month. The first thing I wanted to mention was that in the first thing that goes on in the month of March is that Mercury goes retrograde in Pisces. And that retrograde in Mercury is going to be happening in your solar second house of money. So this could affect your money a little bit. I mean, that's Mercury. That's thinking rationally about money. You know, that could be an issue. It's important to know that, I guess, so that it doesn't affect you too much. So just know that. Also, that second house is going to be affected again because there is going to be a new moon in the sign of Pisces on the 6th of March. So the sun's going to be in Pisces. The moon is going to be in Pisces. As I mentioned, Mercury is going to be in Pisces. We'll have Neptune in Pisces. Pisces, or in your case, the second house of money. The second house of what you own and what you possess and stuff. It focuses on stuff this month. And this is really, really being played out for, I think, Aquariuses, especially because on the 6th, that same day, on the 6th of March, Uranus is going to go into Taurus, right? But even though Taurus is in your solar fourth house, the second house is the natural house of Taurus. So all this emphasis all month in Pisces is just kind of resonating with that undercurrent of the Taurus. And then when Uranus goes forward in Taurus on March 6th as well, that may affect your home life because Mars is going to be in Taurus, and that's in the area of the home life. And so you might find that your security, your sense of security, your sense of home, or your well-being at home, you might feel like that somehow is being affected. Somehow your home is being highlighted in things that you find secure at home. Be cautious of accidents at home with Uranus and Mars there in the home area. So do be careful of that. Also, I would say be careful of arguments in the home because Mars is the harbinger of arguments. It likes to fight. It's action and stress and possibly, like I said, arguments. I can really see that being I can't stand the arms on this shirt. Oh, I've been working out with weights and I don't know if I'm just getting guns or what's going on, but it just feels weird. Anyway, but yeah, we're talking about a lot of emphasis in the second house. So I would just, it's like the things that you own, like the stuff, all the stuff, the toys. They always call them toys, like cars, houses, clothing, jewelry, your bank accounts, actually, money, possessions, what you own. I mean, all of that's going to be in the mind. Also, sensual pleasures, second house sensual pleasures, because Taurus is very sensual. With that in the home life, I mean, it could be more libido or sex in the home life. What is going on with this side of my head? Lord. Anyway, just it's one of those days. I've got Saturn on the first house, so this is what happened. So, yeah. And it just won't go down. I don't get it. Anyway, you guys, Aquarius says you got Saturn coming to you guys after it leaves Capricorn. So laugh at me if you will, because you're next. Just beware of that, okay? But yeah, there's quite a bit of emphasis in that second house for you guys, money. But just know that there's Neptune there, and that Mercury is retrograde there. And even though the sun and the moon might be there on the 6th, that this is a house where things are looking a little shaky. Money is shaky. I would do everything I can to just store money, to make sure that what I think I have, and that that everything is a sure deal, and that nothing can go awry. I mean, it's the second house, money. Neptune in there is there. And here's what bothers me and why I keep spending so much time here is because Saturn and Pluto and, well, Venus is going to leave the 12th, but basically Saturn and Pluto are still in that 12th. They're going to be hanging out there in Capricorn. And so, that's Saturn in the 12th, and that's Pluto in the 12th. And so you could be doing some self-undoing things, not really realizing it. But don't forget, the 12th house is the natural house of Pisces. So here we go again with that Pisces influence. It's all nebulousness. It's all like a state of confusion a little bit. Please be aware that's like your self-undoing. If you have to, get a pen and a paper, write things down. If you have to make a list, get a list, write it down one by one by one. Don't leave anything to chance, especially when it's with your money. If you think there's something you need to take care of when it comes to money, then take care of it. If you think you need to contact a bank to make sure things are worked out with your bank, call the bank. If you think you need to get like a security system to protect your belongings, and get a security system to protect your belongings. Do not fart around when this is happening, because Mercury is retrograde. And so it's time for you to reevaluate your money, just everything, review, reevaluate, revive even, reassign. If you need to pull someone off your bank accounts, make sure you do that now. All of those things that have to do with that second house of Pisces, that is really being highlighted this month. And as I mentioned, with that 12th house emphasis with Pluto and Saturn, in that 12th house, I would say to be very cautious, because that's what Saturn says, right? Be very cautious when it comes to things like drugs and alcohol and pills, and doing things that are a little risky, because that's what the 12th house rules. Also, Pluto in the 12th house and Saturn, in a way, it indicates the power behind the throne. This could just simply mean that in private, in the dark corners of your home, you're working hard. Like, you're working hard. You might have some new plan, some new idea, some new dreams, some new inspiration that's coming to you from your deep subconscious place, because Saturn and Pluto are there. And let's not forget that Jupiter, the planet of luck, is still technically in your solar 11th house, which is the house of hopes and dreams and wishes. Your hopes, your dreams and wishes, the things that you believe. And I had someone here. I guess she's gone. I should have said hello to her. I need a monitor. Someone to help me monitor this place. But your hopes and dreams and wishes, let's hope that you work on getting those to work with you, because Jupiter is actually a sextile Aquarius. And so that's very positive, especially with friends. And hello, North Node and Aquarius. I just saw that you were there. I need someone to help me monitor this page. But the thing is, and by the way, that's in Saturn and Capricorn. Very interesting. Hello, you guys. So with Jupiter there in the 11th house, it's a great time for you guys to really look at your associations, friends, hopes, dreams, wishes, groups on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You guys can make money through these associations and groups. In real life, we're talking about things like the Rotary Club, the Alumni Association, things like that. Reach out to others. A great time to make friends. One of the things to remember that when Jupiter is in the 11th house, that it is opposing the 5th house. Okay, so this could work out several ways. It could mean that there's extra emphasis on romance right now for Aquariuses, but it could mean that there's an opposition coming from the 11th house. So it just could mean that your friends are pulling you away from your romantic partnerships, or maybe your romantic partner is being pulled away by friends. Just be aware that that could be something that is playing undercurrent because of that Jupiter sitting in the 11th house for such a long time. You might have actually felt that your partner's out playing with friends and things like that. The North Node is in Cancer, and that is in your solar 6th house. When the North Node is in the 6th house like that, especially in Cancer, I think it's telling you to really watch your health, watch what you eat, food. I'll tell you my personal story. Hello, 5th house Aquarius. Tell you my personal story about having the North Node in Cancer in the 6th house. I have this, well, not North Node, but I have Cancer in the 6th house. And as I've gotten older, I have built up an inability to eat certain foods. Specifically now, I have a complete inability to eat wheat. So you guys, when you've got this North Node, Cancer, Venus, yeah, when you've got Cancer, okay, at all in that 6th house, just be aware that the food that you eat is affecting your health in a big way. So you Aquariuses, especially those with Aquarius rising, may find that food in particular might be giving you a problem, and you might need to even check for food allergies. Right now, that's how I found out about the wheat, the gluten. That's a good time for that. The other thing that it could be doing is it putting emphasis back on work, actual work, the actual, working efficiently, setting up the steps in the organization of your workday. So that is something that's also playing out. And the North Node in general in that 6th house is just putting that emphasis on your health in general, on work in general, and on healing. So if you've got somewhere you need to heal, and wow, someone's got quite a bit of Aquarius out there. But if you got somewhere, in your body you need to heal, the North Node in Cancer should help you to do that. Healing yourself and healing others. Maybe even finding that you're in a healing work, doing healing work for others, which is, I've got this Aquarius in my 1st house, and I've started doing my readings and reaching out to others that way. One thing I wanted to address is Chiron is going to be in the 3rd house. Chiron's moving into Aries. And the 3rd house is communication. So we might find that communicating is hard or difficult, or it might bring some kind of pain or insecurity. It's a place that we need to work on. We need to work on our work, on our health, and we need to work on where our Chiron is so that we can heal that wound. And so we may find that those areas such as communication becomes, well, our insecurities might come to play. Also, problems with brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, your local neighborhood. Please be careful when you're driving like a vehicle, because that's local. Chiron's there and it's Aries, so that kind of thing. But I think overall it's healing. This is all going to be healing. I believe that because Aries is sextile Aquarius, so it's positive. I believe whatever lesson and healing that has to be done, it's going to be a positive thing. I believe that. So one other thing, I think I went into it about that Uranus in the 4th house. Be careful about your 4th house issues for the month. And then finally, one last thing I wanted to talk about, which is the full moon. The full moon happened on the 20th of March. And it is going to be kind of an interesting full moon. It's happening at 00.09 degrees, the full moon, right? Having 00.9 of Libra, which, this is kind of cool for Aquarius, because it's pulling in that Libra. At the same time, the sun's going to be at 00.9 degrees of Aries. So there's going to be sort of that 1st house, 7th house pull going on. Watch your relationships that day. For Aquariuses, it's again communication. It's going to be like dogma versus communication. So it could be somehow maybe your philosophical beliefs or your religious beliefs, or even like the fact that you like astrology, right? Or something like that. This might come to play because it's Libra, and so there could be just some of that going on. It happens at 9:43 Eastern, so be aware of that. That's on the 20th. And then on the 26th, we've got Venus going into Pisces. So then you guys are going to have Venus instead of the first house, it's going into the second house of money. That I think is actually going to help with giving, like giving to others. Oh, someone's got Libra rising out there. Yes, you're going to feel that, I think, when the full moon goes into Libra. But yeah, I think that Pisces Venus is going to be good for your second house, by the way. So that's more second house emphasis. Got a lot of second house emphasis, Aquarius. A lot. On the 28th, Mercury goes direct. Libra rising, by the way, is very good for anyone, I think, who is an Aquarius. If you're Aquarius and you got Libra rising, you're in harmony with yourself. You understand yourself. I just want to end by saying here that on the 31st Mars goes into Gemini, and that also bodes well for Aquarius. I think with Mars in Gemini, starting as of the 31st and into April, you guys have a good month coming up in April. And it's not that bad, really, for March. Just watch your money. That's all I'm going to say. Keep your eye on your money and your money on your mind. Gemini Sun. Oh, Gemini Sun. Okay. Gemini Sun and Libra rising is good too. So that, that's all air. Good, good, good. Well, you guys, it has been a pleasure. I hope you got something out of my reading today. Enjoy and get whatever you can out of that full moon, which is in Libra on the 20th. And be aware on the 6th about the new moon going on in the second house in Pisces. You're welcome. Thank you, Mystic Greek Siren. It's been my pleasure. Much love and light to all. If you haven't already, please like and share and subscribe my videos. Like and share to our group here on Facebook, our YouTube page. And also, I wanted to say about our group on Facebook. I do give free readings at our group on Facebook, and you can find us at facebook.com/groups/astrology a look inside, and also our page at facebook.com/astrology a look inside. Or you can come to our page at astrologyalookinside.com, and you can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/Capricorntigress. It's been my pleasure. Much love and much light to you all. And I'll try to come back for a mid-month review. Bye now.